Rain hammered the neon-lit streets of Chicago like bullets against steel. Somewhere in the city, a man sat alone in a dark apartment, staring at a photograph that would change his life forever. Tonight's story is about loyalty, betrayal, and the one assignment that even the deadliest assassin in the underworld could not bring himself to complete. If you enjoy dark crime thrillers, mafia conspiracies, and suspenseful fictional stories, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more gripping tales like this one. Because this is the story of the hitman who refused his final job. Nobody knew Marcus Vale's real age. Some said he was 40. Others claimed he had been killing since he was 16. In the criminal underworld, people only knew him by one name: the Ghost. Not because he hid. Not because he wore disguises. But because people disappeared after hearing his name. Marcus lived alone on the top floor of a crumbling apartment building overlooking the South Side docks. He owned almost nothing. A bed. A bottle of whiskey. A pistol cleaned more carefully than most men cared for their children. And silence. Always silence. For 20 years, Marcus worked for the Romano crime family, the most feared syndicate in the Midwest. Politicians, judges, police captains, all belonged to them in one way or another. Marcus was their weapon. If someone betrayed the family, Marcus handled it. If a witness talked too much, Marcus handled it. If a rival boss crossed a line, Marcus handled it. No mistakes. No witnesses. No emotions. That was the rule. And Marcus followed rules better than anyone. Until the night everything changed. The rain continued pouring outside as Marcus received a call on his encrypted phone. One sentence came through the speaker. "Don Romano wants to see you." Marcus stared at the dark window for several seconds. Don Romano never called personally anymore. Which meant this was important. Or dangerous. Maybe. Both. The Romano mansion sat behind iron gates in the wealthy northern district of the city. Security guards carrying rifles watched Marcus carefully as he entered. Even they feared him. Inside, the mansion smelled of cigars and expensive wood polish. Men in tailored suits stood along the walls like statues. At the end of the room sat Vincent Romano. Powerful. Dying. An oxygen tube rested beneath his nose while jazz music played softly nearby. "Marcus," the old man said weakly. "Come closer." Marcus obeyed. For years, Vincent Romano had been more than a boss. He had rescued Marcus from prison when he was 19. Gave him purpose. Money. Power. But never freedom. "You've served me loyally," Vincent said. "Better than my own blood." Marcus remained silent. Then Vincent slid a photograph across the table. Marcus looked down. And froze. A young woman stared back at him. Dark hair. Green eyes. Maybe 24 years old. Her name was written beneath the image. Elena Romano. Vincent's granddaughter. Marcus frowned slightly. "What is this?" Vincent's face hardened. "She betrayed the family." Marcus looked up slowly. "She stole something important. She plans to disappear tonight. And you want me to find her?" Vincent nodded. Marcus expected the next order. Instead, Vincent whispered something colder. "I want you to kill her." The room fell silent. Marcus stared at the old man for several seconds, waiting for a sign this was a test. There was none. "She's your family," Marcus finally said. Vincent's eyes became icy. "She's a liability." Marcus had killed hundreds of people. But something about this felt wrong. Maybe it was the girl's eyes in the photograph. Maybe it was Vincent's lack of emotion. Or maybe Marcus was simply tired of being death itself. Vincent leaned forward. "This is your final job. After tonight you walk away rich. Free. Free." The word echoed in Marcus's mind. Freedom had always been dangled before him like bait. But assassins like Marcus never retired. Not truly. Still he took the photograph. And walked away. Elena Romano hid inside a rundown motel near the interstate. She checked the curtains every 30 seconds. Fear consumed her. Not fear of police. Not fear of enemies. Fear of Marcus Vale. Because if her grandfather sent Marcus, she was already dead. A knock came at the door. Elena reached for the pistol beneath the pillow. "Who is it?" No answer. Another knock. Slow. Calm. Patient. Elena's breathing quickened. She aimed the gun toward the door. Then the voice came. You won't shoot fast enough. Her blood turned cold. Marcus. She stepped backward. Please, she whispered. The door unlocked slowly. Marcus entered wearing a black coat soaked by rain. His expression never changed. Elena raised the gun with trembling hands. I know why you're here. Marcus closed the door behind him. You stole something. I had to. What did you take? Elena hesitated. Then she pulled a flash drive from her pocket. This. Marcus stared at it. What's on it? Tears filled her eyes. Everything. She explained that Vincent Romano had secretly partnered with corrupt officials, traffickers, and mercenaries across multiple countries. Politicians, judges, federal agents. The flash drive contained evidence powerful enough to destroy hundreds of careers. And Elena planned to expose all of it. Marcus listened silently. Then Elena whispered the sentence that changed everything. My grandfather killed my parents. Marcus's eyes narrowed slightly. He said it was a car accident, she continued. But I found proof. They wanted out of the family business. Marcus remembered that accident from years ago. Now the pieces fit together. Vincent Romano didn't protect family. He eliminated threats. Just like Marcus always had. Elena lowered the gun. Are you going to kill me? Marcus looked at her for a very long time. Then he said quietly. No. The moment Marcus refused the job, he became the target. Within an hour, every Romano enforcer in Chicago received the same order. Kill Marcus Vale. Cars chased them through rain-soaked streets. Bullets shattered motel windows as Marcus and Elena escaped through the back stairwell. Marcus drove aggressively through alleyways while black SUVs pursued them. Elena clutched the dashboard. How are they finding us? Marcus checked the mirror. Because your grandfather knows me. A motorcycle rider appeared beside them and opened fire. Marcus swerved sharply. The bike crashed beneath a truck in an explosion of sparks. More vehicles followed. Marcus finally slammed the brakes beneath an abandoned train bridge. We continue on foot. They moved through abandoned warehouses while thunder echoed overhead. Elena struggled to keep up. Marcus never seemed tired. Never emotional. Like a machine built for war. But Elena noticed something strange. He protected her carefully. Almost like guilt. Inside an abandoned factory, Elena confronted him. How many people have you killed? Marcus didn't answer. How many innocent people? Still silence. Then finally. Enough. The honesty in his voice frightened her more than lies would have. Marcus sat near a broken window. I spent my life believing loyalty mattered, he said quietly. But loyalty to monsters only creates more monsters. Elena studied him carefully. For the first time she realized Marcus hated himself. The next morning Marcus received another call. Vincent Romano. You disappoint me, the old man said calmly. Marcus remained silent. Vincent continued. You think she's innocent? She stole from me. Betrayed blood. You murdered your own family. Pause. Then Vincent laughed softly. You finally grew a conscience? Marcus's grip tightened on the phone. You made me what I am. No, Vincent replied coldly. You chose it. Those words hit harder than bullets. Because deep down, Marcus knew they were true. Vincent made one final offer. Bring Elena to me alive and I forgive you. Marcus ended the call. He knew forgiveness from Vincent Romano meant a bullet later. Marcus brought Elena to an old cabin outside the city. A hidden safe house from his earlier years. Snow began falling lightly outside as night approached. For the first time in decades, Marcus felt something unfamiliar. This temporary peace. Elena sat beside the fireplace. Why are you helping me? Marcus stared into the flames. Because nobody helped me. He revealed fragments of his past. An abusive father. Street gangs. Juvenile prison. Violence. Vincent Romano found him young and angry, and turned him into a weapon. I thought killing made me powerful, Marcus admitted. Eventually, It only made me empty. Elena watched him carefully. You can still change. Marcus almost smiled. Men like me don't change. But part of him wanted to believe her. And that was Dangerous. At 2:13 a.m. Marcus woke instantly. Something was wrong. Then he heard it. Footsteps outside. Many footsteps. The Romano family had found them. Marcus grabbed weapons and shook Elena awake. Get up. Now. Gunfire exploded through the window seconds later. Glass rained everywhere. Marcus returned fire with terrifying precision. Men dropped in the snow outside. But more kept coming. Explosions shook the cabin walls. Elena screamed as flames spread across the roof. Marcus dragged her through a rear exit into the forest. Snow mixed with smoke and blood as armed men hunted them through the trees. A sniper bullet tore through Marcus's shoulder. He staggered but kept moving. Leave me, he growled. No. If they take you, everyone dies. They continued deeper into the forest. Then suddenly, flashlights surrounded them from every direction. Marcus and Elena stopped. Dozens of armed men emerged from the darkness. And at the center, Vincent Romano himself stepped forward from a black SUV. The old man looked furious. You chose her over me. Marcus aimed his pistol. Vincent smiled coldly. You still don't understand. Then he snapped his fingers. One of the guards dragged forward a terrified young boy, maybe 10 years old. Elena gasped. Who is that? Vincent looked directly at Marcus. Your son. Marcus froze completely. The world seemed to stop. What? Vincent smiled. You never knew, did you? Marcus's hands trembled for the first time in years. The boy looked terrified. Vincent continued softly. His mother hid him from you before she died. I kept him safe. Marcus realized the horrifying truth. Vincent had controlled every part of his life. Even this. Now, Vincent whispered, make your choice. Kill Elena. Or watch the boy. Snow fell silently around them. Marcus stared at the child. The boy had his eyes, his face, his blood. Everything Marcus believed collapsed in that moment. All those years of murder. For a man who manipulated him like a puppet. Elena whispered desperately. Marcus. Vincent raised a pistol toward the child's head. Do it. Marcus slowly turned toward Elena. She closed her eyes, accepting death. Marcus lifted the gun. Everyone held their breath. Then, bang. A body hit the snow. But it wasn't Elena. It was Vincent Romano. Marcus had fired directly into the old man's head. Chaos erupted instantly. Gunfire exploded everywhere. Marcus grabbed the boy while Elena ran beside him through the confusion. Romano soldiers began shooting at each other in panic. The empire was collapsing. Marcus drove through the night with Elena and the boy beside him. Sirens echoed across distant highways. News stations began reporting massive raids against Romano properties. Elena had released the files. The empire was burning. But Marcus knew it wasn't over. Men like Vincent always had backups. Hidden allies. People in power. And somewhere out there, someone would want revenge. At sunrise, they stopped near an isolated gas station. The boy finally spoke. What's your name? Marcus stared silently. He had killed under many names. Forgotten most of them. But finally he answered softly. Marcus. The boy nodded slowly. Then asked the question Marcus feared most. Are you really my father? Marcus looked away. Before he could answer, a black SUV appeared on the highway in the distance. Then another. And another. Marcus's expression darkened instantly. Elena saw it too. That's impossible. Marcus loaded his pistol slowly. No, he said quietly. It's exactly what I expected. The SUV stopped surrounding the station. Doors opened. Armed men stepped out wearing unfamiliar symbols. Not Romano soldiers. Something worse. One tall man emerged from the center vehicle. He smiled at Marcus. Mr. Vale, he said calmly. You belong to us now. Marcus tightened his grip on the gun. Who are you? The stranger's smile widened. Your final job is only beginning. And then, a sniper laser appeared on Marcus's chest. The screen fades to black. To be continued.